Hey, Brooke.
Yeah.
We found Brady last night.
No. What?
They found him this morning.
No. 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 Are you serious? No.
2 years after Ohio mom Brooke Dudgeon received that life-changing phone call, she shares her story of her 16-year-old son Brady.
He was always making jokes, trying to make people laugh.
He wrestled and played football in their small town near Lima. She never talked to him or her girls about issues like suicide.
I thought that if I talked about it, it would put the thought into their head, when it was the complete opposite.
It was in middle school when Brady started using drugs.
He overdosed once in our home. We went through that. It was in the middle of the night. He came to my bedside and just collapsed.
Brooke sent him to rehab in Arkansas, more than 700 miles away. Weeks into the program,
he came up and he hugged me. And it was just the tightest hug.
Brooke saw something she hadn't seen in years. Brady was clean. 3 months into the program, he spent Christmas with his family in Florida.
I thought our family's finally back.
But it was less than 2 weeks after that, she got the call.
Oh my God.
Brady had killed himself in his room at his rehab facility.
What do I do? I mean, what do I do? What do you do after you lose a child?
After months of not wanting to get out of bed,
I would put some down because there's a walkway, and I'll put some where the cars are.
Brooke came up with the answer.
And on our signs, it says it's not weak to speak.
She created a nonprofit to spread the word, you matter, and suicide is not the answer.
Do sixth graders need to hear about suicide, about depression, about anxiety, about self-harm?
I think they do, because I was the mom who wasn't talking about it with my kids.
Ohio State Representative Gail Manning agrees. She's on her way to passing the first bill that would bring suicide prevention curriculum to the classroom for some kids as young as 10 years old.
Why starting in the 6th grade?
Right.
That's quite young.
It is, but we're finding that as young as 10, there have been suicides.
Her bill addresses social inclusion and requires at least 1 hour of training for kids per school year. And for those who oppose, parents will have the chance to opt out.
It's a horrible road to go down. It's not easy. I mean, I think people want me to say it's easy.
Since starting her You Matter campaign, Brooke has received multiple donations, like $1,000 for signs from Rooter Works in Columbus. She placed some this day at Schiller Park, but got a sign of her own.
Whoa, there's the sign. That is my sign.
A sunflower, which always reminds her of her son.
I just hope someday that I get that hug again, and he says, I'm proud of you, Mom.
We continue to look at teenage and youth suicide because you are asking us to. Last month, I received this message on Facebook from a viewer stating 3 youth suicides in the last month. I'm not asking you, I am begging you to help spread the word. And last week, I received this voicemail message from a dad in Washington Courthouse.
She is right now in a Washington Courthouse hospital getting her stomach pumped because she tried to commit suicide again because of the bullying in school.
And while not complete, I just received the suicide numbers from the Franklin County coroner for last year. January through November, 17 took their own lives, the youngest 13 years old. The state indicates suicide amongst people ages 10 to 24 have jumped by 56% in the last 12 years. I'm Lisa Rontola for Scoring Our Schools.